I am reclaiming my body. I am reclaiming my wholeness. I am reclaiming the coldness of the healing waters of life. I am reclaiming sensation deep within my womb. I am relearning to bloom with the pleasure and pain of this life. I am surrendering to you, Mother of Almighty Ocean, surrendering all expectation and birthing this being of delight. Sing it with me. You're going to repeat. I am reclaiming my body. I am reclaiming my body. I am reclaiming my wholeness. I am reclaiming my wholeness. I am reclaiming the coldness. Of the healing waters of life.
So welcome everyone to the concert portion. This is Sari Brown, if you're just arriving or if you somehow don't know that yet. Sari is an incredible performer, facilitator, chef.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, I mean, was that amazing? Was that amazing? Was that amazing? So yeah, we're gonna phase into the concert portion of the evening. And we just want to let you know that this is not your typical concert. This is an experience. This is a happening. This is still part of the feast. So you can clap after each song if you want to, but you don't need to. This is not your normal obligatory, do what feels right for you. If you want to express in other ways, if you want to just bask in it, if you want to just let yourself experience, if you want to get up and dance, if you need to move around, if you need to express and experience the music, there are many ways to do that. We also don't actually have any children, but we have a little children's corner. If you're feeling childlike and need to get cozy over there or play with some stuff, there's lots of things to engage with there. So just be your full self. Show up as your present, expressive, experiencing self. Sari Brown.
Thank you. I did a concert here at Cafe 704 a year ago, almost exactly, and also called it, the theme was Seeds in the Dark. That's the theme for this gathering here right now, Seeds in the Dark. And I really like to sit with this theme around the Chinese New Year and Imbolc, and we're in that season. And so that song that I did was a song that I wrote around Imbolc 2 years ago when I was really, really deep in processing healing from a traumatic birth. It's called the Breech Birth Healing Song. And I was at the ocean for the first time in a long time, and I was just so amazingly connected. I felt so connected with the healing power of the ocean, and remembering how when I was in the operating room and I felt how cold it was, and I felt the sting of the epidural in my spine, and I was just breathing and feeling this is the cold water of Lake Michigan. This is healing water. That's why it's so cold in this operating room. And that sting is a sea creature. It's like a sea creature that stung me, but the venom is what I need right now to be able to give birth. It's medicine. And so processing, that was my way of processing what was happening to me that was traumatic, even as I was interpreting it that way, and finding some power in it, finding some healing grace in it. And then I was at the ocean and I was reflecting on all this, and I found this beautiful picture in my Wee Moon planner of Yamaya, who is the goddess of the ocean. It's in West African spiritual traditions and Umbanda in Brazil that's also imported those spiritual traditions. And I saw that this came up in my calendar right when I was healing, and she's the mother of all life that comes from the ocean. And there's so much grace. There was so much grace flowing. So this is a time to trust that the healing is flowing, even when things are still difficult and it's still a process. And this is a time to trust that in the winter that we're still in the depths of, the seeds are under the ground and they are starting to germinate. They're starting to grow. They're starting to know what they're going to become. So I'm going to be leading us through some times to experience, to touch base with those seeds and to start to imagine what they're becoming for us this year and to start to create those intentions around them. And this is a song that I feel is really appropriate right now in our collective moment. It's called The Stars, and it's about really setting aside all the people and the things that define us, that kind of like tell us who we need to be or make us feel that like, okay, we're good and valuable, and finding an inner power. So I want to invite you, as we're moving through this music, to reflect on where in your life right now you might need to reclaim your true power. And what would be different if you're reclaiming that true power, whether it's in relationships or community or creativity, your career, or as a citizen? As a citizen, what would be different? How would you know that you have reclaimed power?
Another big wounded man, I dreamt your face was nothingness, a void that drew me in. The day after the prophets spoke blinding clarity, a little quiet reckoning took place in my own two hands. Now here in the darkness, I had to begin again. I was thinking about the stars in the field and the rain. I was thinking about your heart, a mysterious place. I was thinking about what's left to regenerate. I was thinking about the power
power over your ability to dance anywhere that you feel like dancing, you could dance with Bob back there. Dancing with Dr. Bob. The day after the wall went up between our legs, I crept over to the ugly side and saw beauty without end. The day after the vision of a river to take me home, the child saw flags blowing in the wind and said, "Look how the water flows." Now here in the darkness I begin to dance again. I was thinking about the stars in the field and the rain. I was thinking in the dark, what a glorious place. I was thinking about the day I have come to face. I was thinking about what's left, too rich in a race. You gave me a cup of bliss as wide as the sea, but only once you'd vanished I was ready to drink. And it's a funny, bitter irony that loneliness tastes sweet. And now I am thinking, I'm thinking about the stars in the field and the rain, the holy broken heart with its beautiful veins. I'm thinking how it's strong enough to lift this weight. I'm thinking how it knows what it needs to make. It knows on its own. It glows like the stars. The I had to give you a little bit more air guitar, Sophia. That was why I ended that way. Yeah. Oh, all right. So this next song is my favorite Seeds in the Dark song. It's a song that I wrote for my beloved. There he is, Marcelo. I wrote it when we were in a more difficult time in our relationship. We were not actually a couple at the time. We had been, and now we are again. But we went through some hard stuff, and I was pregnant at the time with our son, Lucio. And I wrote this song for him for his birthday because even though we were going through some hard stuff, and I was not altogether feeling great about our connection, I knew that he needed this song, that he deserved this song. And so this is a song about really trusting that even the hard shit, I was a pastor for 7 years. I'm like, there's no kids, okay. Even the really shitty shit can be really good compost for the fertile, fertile soil of your life. So most of this song is in Spanish, but I actually have been working on translating it to English. So you're gonna hear some English too. I'm gonna make sure I remember what I wanted to say in English. My beloved also deserves me to play this song on a tuned guitar. He deserves the best, or at least the decent. If that's all I can give, sometimes that's all. Okay.
Cuando te conocí vi en tu cara miel, algo dulce escondido bajo tu piel. ¿Cuál es el color de tu alma? Pregunté. Negra como mi conciencia me dijiste, pero el negro es también color de suelo fértil y sueños donde nacer. Sembrador, sembrador de vida, corazón de la luz y la sombra, tu dolor, tu temor, tus pérdidas serán el compost que nutre tu tierra y tendrás las frutas que escurren por barbillas de las caras radiantes del amor, rodeándote, mi sembrador. Caminé contigo por senderos salvajes, buscando hogar como dos animales, mi jaguar feroz, mi roedor del río. Expusiste tu corazón, tierno y confundido, pero no fuimos perdidos. Nos guió un ser divino al ritmo de sus latidos. Sembrador, sembrador de vida, corazón de la luz y la sombra, tu dolor, tu temor, tus pérdidas serán el compost que nutre tu tierra y tendrás las frutas que escurren por barbillas de las caras radiantes del amor, rodeándote, mi sembrador. En la cuna del amor empezaste a soñar con un nuevo ser que ayudaste a formar. Tus vacas eran gordas, tus cascadas sin final, y no creíste que tal suerte podría ser real. Pero el destino llama, tu sanación ha brotado y florecerá. Oh my soul of life, heart of shadow and light, all your fear, all your grief, all your hurt will be the compost that nourishes your earth, and you will harvest fruit full of so much juice that it runs down the chins of the ones who love the life you have sown. When I met you, I saw honey within, something hidden underneath your skin. I asked you the color of your soul, and you said, just as black as my conscience is bad, but black is the soil too, where seeds and dreams grow and become something new. Sembrador, sembrador de vida, corazón de la luz y la sombra, tu dolor, tu temor, tus pérdidas serán el compost que nutre tu tierra, y tendrás las frutas que escurren por barbillas de las caras radiantes del amor, rodeándote, mi sembrador. Oh my soul, we're alive, heart of shadow and light. All your fear, all your grief, all your hurt will be the compost that nourishes your earth, and you will harvest the fruit full of so much juice that it runs down the chins of the ones who love the life you have sown, rodeándote, mi sembrador.
So, we're composting. We're composting the shit, and now I want to move on to a little meditation to move into what's growing, to move into the future that we are growing. And it is a very tumultuous and weird time to even be trying to imagine what the future will be like for so many of us. Whew, so let's just breathe for a second with that. Hold space for that reality. And we do have power. We do have intentionality and vision and creativity and willpower to create our lives. So in the midst of all this, even though we can't control everything, especially not in our broader society, we can't make everything perfect and good and happy and beautiful. If we could, then I know just based on the people in this room, we would have already manifested world peace and and all that. But we can respond, and we can put out the energy that we want, and it changes things. The way that we respond and the way that we move forward with intentionality. So I'm going to invite you into a little meditation. You can close your eyes if it helps. And I want to invite you to imagine your future self. Maybe throughout the course of this year of the wood snake. The wood snake is a time for inner growth, for wisdom, for turning inward, but also doing this in collaboration and community, like scheming around the hearth, around the stove, coming together even behind the scenes, under the radar. So as we move into this year of the wood snake, imagine your future self doing what you know you're called to do, being who you know you're called to be, transforming yourself and things around you as you know you're called. Notice, just notice what and who is around you, what you're doing, what you're seeing, sensing, feeling, smelling, tasting, touching. Take it in. And as you do, can you identify what energy or what quality is most present for you? If you could sum it up in one word, maybe, or a color or whatever comes up for you. I want to invite you to, well, first trust that whatever comes up is what you need, and then breathe it in. Breathe it in through the soles of your feet, all the way through that chakra system that Courtney helped us clear. Breathe it in, and as you breathe out, you're breathing out whatever that quality is to share more of it. Maybe someone else needs more of it too. I sing this song, I'm going to invite you to keep breathing in this way, breathing in what you need, breathing it out for everyone around you. And also thinking about maybe what you need to stop doing. What do you need to stop doing to have more of that you're calling in? Last time I went home, they built a town on top of the woods where I'd roamed. A factory and a company store, and little square apartments with IKEA furniture, and everything was so clean and so nice. I snuck inside and walked the gray rubber floors. I swear I didn't want to bomb the place. I just expected from life something more. You can sell off all of your trees. You can hunch over working till you dreamless sleep. When it comes time for your reckoning day, you're gonna say, I don't know what I was made. I left the landscape of my heart to contribute to society and make Excel charts. Now I'm back and I'm looking for my dog. I'm looking for the path we would take to the sacred log. And everything's so strange and contained. No one wants to talk about the thrill of summer rain. I swear I will walk that same road, even if I have to break down doors. You can sell off all of your trees. You can hunch over working till you're dreamless sleep. But when it comes time for your reckoning day, you're gonna say, I don't know what I was made. What are people for? Thank you. I want to especially thank Jennifer for convincing my husband to get up and dance in public. He's a great dancer. He is. He doesn't do it in public very often. So I want to invite you all to just take a moment. We're going to do a little transition-y thing, and while we're doing that, I want you to share with someone, if you feel like it. You can always just say you don't feel like sharing, but if you feel like it, to share with someone nearby you what came up for you, what quality or sensation or whatever it was that you were breathing in more of during that meditation, and anything that you feel like you need to stop doing to have more of that. So I'm going to give you a moment, and then we're gonna transition to Mattijane. All right, I love that this is sparking conversation, and I trust that if there's something you really want to share more about, we can do that in a little bit. So you can wrap up what you're saying.
Yeah, I'll set up more when I'm performing.
And I want to tell you a little bit about my friend, Mattijane Brooks Epperson. Yes, Mattijane. As was previously mentioned, Mattijane works as program director, right? Is that your title? Program director at Youth Arts Alliance. Oh, program coordinator, thank you. Program coordinator at Youth Arts Alliance. And she is if you have heard my Holy Broken Heart album, raise your hand if you've heard any of that actual recording of my Holy Broken Heart album. All right, we have some takers. She is the bassist on that album, and that's how we met, was working on that project together. And since she has been the bassist in my band, and it's so delightful. It's such an honor to get to make music and make magic with her. And this is the first time I've actually split a bill with her playing her songs. And I am so excited for you to get to experience her musical magic and wise and generous and brilliant spirit. So without further ado, Mattijane Brooks.
Thank you, Sari. Hello, everyone. I am so glad to be here tonight. When I first met Sari, we were working on the album, I quickly became just a huge Sari Brown fan. And so it's a pleasure to be in the audience one of these times too. Enjoy the music. And I am a big believer when it comes to seeds in the dark. I believe in casting many seeds and seeing what we need, finding little itty bits. You never know where inspiration may came from. And so the first song that I'm playing comes from a couple different places. One of the places it came from was inspired actually by Sari's last song. And it's kind of like in the chorus of that, you say, "What are people for?" And I had a reflection a couple years ago where I was wondering about just like, I was feeling some aches in my wrists specifically, which I had some trouble with a long time ago. And it came up again one day, and I said, what are these bones made for in my wrist? What are they meant to be doing? Is it to be playing guitar? Is it to be sitting at a desk making Excel charts? Is it to be, yes, it is for Excel charts, you're right. So this is a brand new song. It's my first time playing it, but I'm really excited about it. One of those days I can't think of nothing else. I don't mind the focus being pulled. One of these days I'll learn how to make a pick, shoulders spent their days riding some ship on the wrong sea. Were these bones made for this? My aptitude's gone far, winging this trip to the Erie. Got my bones and I'll fit. One of those days I can't get nothing done. I don't mind a 40-hour week. Take some days and I try to find myself. I don't got the kind of map for that. My shoulders spent their days riding some ship on the wrong sea. Were these bones made for this? My aptitude's gone far, winging this trip to the Erie. Got my bones, got my bones, got my bones, and I'll fit. Thank you. I'll take a moment to say this is, if you can't tell, this is a bass guitar, which I'm playing right now. And I like to spread bass guitar education because a lot of people ask me if this is just a regular guitar, and I say no. But I've been playing the bass guitar for a very long time, and I like to tell people that I spent too much time in high school locked up in my room just playing bass guitar with myself. And now here it is, and I love playing it and singing it. This next song that I'm going to write, I was trying to think of ways that I could tie into Sari's theme of Seeds in the Dark. And this iteration of this project right now, what you're seeing, has been going for 3 years now. And this came from, oh, thank you. This came from like a year and a half into lockdown a few years ago, and I was just in like a deep, dark, like I had not made no art, no music, just TV and video games. I was in the biggest slump I had ever been. And it wasn't until an opportunity came up for me to write some songs of my own, and I wondered, like, well, what do I write about? And so this song is a little bit about being in that time of, you know, sometimes, at least I've found, I have to like be in that really dark place, really like where there's nothing around for something to sprout up. It's only up from there. People like to say that a lot, but it is true. So I named this song Season 3 because I was in the middle of Season 3 of Star Trek Enterprise when I You can't avoid the void. A time devoid of music. No showers to sing in. No feelings to sit in. but you can turn on the TV. I heard you made it to season 3. And this song did not come easy. Whatever happened, this used to be free. But I come home to an empty room, the lights off, and I hear a voice, won't you show your face? Let's light this lamp in the dining room, and I'll make room for you. Ooh. And I head down the stairs. Another scene on the porch. And I see a song in the distance. Just some thoughts on existence. You ask if I belong, and you ask if I belong. I don't know if I'm strong enough. But I come home to an empty room, the lights off, and I hear a voice, won't you show your face? Let's light this lamp in the dining room, and I'll make room. I'll make room, and I'll make room for you. Thank you, thank you. And you know what? I think the winter is a beautiful time to have your little moment of slumpness. TV. I'm on season 1 of Game of Thrones right now, as a matter of fact. First time watching. I don't know. I've become a big fan of the winter in these recent years of my life. And I wrote a song a couple years ago. And this song that I'm about to play, when Sari invited me to this event, she said, okay, you're gonna play this event, and like, here's the order we're thinking. And she in the set list, she wrote in, I am playing this song at exactly this minute, before I said anything. So, well, it was a request, but yeah. You're like, Mattijane plays Listen to the Winter. So this song is about how I've kind of fallen in love with the winter. And this song also has a place in my heart too, because I wrote it in between programs as a teacher with Youth Arts Alliance. And it was a group of high schoolers in Jackson who were the first to hear this song. And are there any winter fans in the room? Who here is their favorite season? Okay, yeah. What about any spring? Who's spring favorite season? Just curious. What's spring? I'm getting there. Summer? Anyone summer's favorite? Oh, okay. And autumn, fall? Everyone loves the fall. Autumn used to be my favorite season too. I love the fall. It's like probably a close race, but
I'm omni-seasonal.
omni-seasonal, beautiful. Pan-seasonal, maybe. I'm probably more like bi-seasonal, like my autumn, winter, I get to recharge, just my favorite time. So, anyway, to accompany the snowfall outside today, here is Listen to the Winter. That which is precious, but still hard to love. It's hard to learn with these clouds up above. Go far if you can't move your car. And that which is cold might also hold you close. And the winter will melt away. The flowers were always there. And when spring comes along, it'll sing you a song if you listen to the winter. Ooh, 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 And through these long nights, the snow might feel right, but like many things, it will thaw. And the winter melts away. Your heart was always there. And when spring comes along, it'll sing you a song if you listen to the winter. Thank you all. Thanks for listening to me. We are about to transition into the next part of the evening, which Sari is leading. Thanks again for inviting me up here.
Yes, thank you, Mattijane. She will, yeah. She will be back. So stay for a little more of Mattijane and more of all this other wild stuff that we're going to go into. Right now, I want to invite back up my friend Forrest Heichel, who was doing a little bit of announcing for me. And Forrest is someone that I call on whenever I am having an event and you are in his proximity, or can convince him to fly to where I'm having the event on an airplane. And a lot of folks in this good city of Ann Arbor know him because he's so involved in so many beautiful things, creating community, doing stuff with theater. What do you most want to highlight about what you're doing right now, Forrest? Do you want to talk about saunas? Like, what do you want to share? He builds saunas. That's just another thing. Forrest just makes a lot of really cool things with his life. So I'm just always so happy to share space with him and have his wonderful leadership and gifts. And one of his gifts that he's been like honing and crafting more of for a while is poetry. So we're going to hear a poem from Forrest.
I've got just a short little poem. Sari asked me to share something, and she was like, "Oh, pick a poem that you've written." And I was like, "Yeah, nothing." She was like, "This is the theme, seeds in the dark." And I was like, "Nothing quite fits." And it's like, "There's probably going to be something." And so then, what was it? Wednesday night, I was like, "Oh, here it is." So I'm just stealing the title, "Seeds in the Dark," because that was the prompt. Thanks. It is easy to forget for some weeks or months or even years what you are. It is no unusual tragedy to slip into business, survival, life. Do not fear. Your soul is within, waiting. Go, knock gently at its door, battened against the winds of this life. Do not demand entry. Simply stir it slightly from slumber. The moment will come when a small flower or smile will shatter the door from its hinges and latch, and brilliant sunlight will flood in. Oh, how you'll blossom then. Oh, how you'll remember. Keep watch. Spring always comes. Thank you.
Follow Forrest for more poetic recipes. That was beautiful. Thank you. How are we going to do this? We're going to stand up and we're going to move our bodies and we're going to do a dance chant. You don't have to participate if you don't want to. That's always the case. Consent and feeling good about what you're doing is is important. But it's kind of like if you like when you were in preschool and you did like little like dances where you did little motions to go along with it, to like match the words you were saying. It's kind of like that. Or some of you may be familiar with this, Dances of Universal Peace. If you've done Dances of Universal Peace, which I think some in this group have, it's kind of like that. Very simple, very easy. It might be messy because you're learning it right now, and that's part of the point. It'll be, if you laugh and it's silly, that's part of the medicine. So what we need to do is make a circle. That's the challenging part with the space that we have. I'm not quite sure how it's going to work. You can come back here too. You can use this space. I think that we can make it around the tables if we have enough people. I think we can. You're going to need to be able to hold hands, though, to be close enough to hold hands. Awesome. Okay. All right, so we're starting out when we're just going to sing together. This is the Sacred Darkness chant. I wrote this actually for the theme in December was Sacred Darkness, and this is Seeds in the Dark, and it goes really well with this one too. So we're going to carry forward that energy. So I'll sing a line, and then you'll sing it back. In the dark of the tomb, I wait in pain. In the dark of the tomb, I wait in pain. Is this darkness the wound? Can I be born again? Is this darkness the wound? Can I be born again? Beautiful. We can just like knock this out. You guys are doing amazing. I just want to take a moment to give credit. That line is heavily inspired by Valerie Kaur, who is a woman of the Sikh faith, activist, filmmaker, lawyer, author, amazing leader, and she went viral during right after the 2017 election. She was at this prayer that I think that William Barber organized, and she was praying from her Sikh tradition and saying, "What if this darkness is not the darkness of the tomb, but the darkness of the womb?" And the America that we long for, I might not be saying it correctly exactly, but it's close. The America that we long for is not dead, but is waiting to be born. So that's where that comes from. Let's do that one more time. In the dark of the tomb, I wait in pain. Is this darkness the wound? Can I be born again? One more time. In the dark of the tomb, I wait in pain. Is this darkness the wound? Can I be born again? All right, now here comes the motions. This is the fun part, okay? I have a helper to teach you. I'll do it with you too the first time. So I'll take my guitar off for a second. We're good. It's good. All right. So here it is. In this food and in this drink, in this laughter and weeping, something is waiting to be born. Let's do that one more time. In this food and in this drink, in this laughter and weeping, something is waiting to be born. All right, here's another thing. In this body, in these bones, on this land I call home, something is waiting to be born. Again. In this body, in these bones, on this land I call home, something is waiting to be born. All right. Okay, you know what? I'm going to teach you one more part, and then we're going to kind of go through it. This is going to be our performance. All right. So the other part is you're going to put your hands on your heart, and you can turn in circles. You can do it slower or faster, like depending on how fast you're turning. You might do one circle, or you might do two circles. So, I see in me a flickering spark. There is something growing in the dark. All right, let's do that. I see in me a flickering spark. There is something growing in the dark. All right, now you're gonna pick a partner, one of the people that's next to you. So I don't have a great way to do this. We're just gonna figure it out. All right, looks like we're getting people paired up. Do we have an odd number, or does everyone have a partner? Okay, looks like, do you want to be, you don't want? You can be my partner. You want to be my partner? Oh, we got another single. Okay. Eric's coming. All right. All right, so now you're gonna hold hands and look into each other's eyes, facing each other. And you're gonna say, I see in you a flickering flame. I see a truth I now name. So let's do that. I see in you a flickering flame. I see a truth I now name. All right, and then you can let your hands go again, and we'll go back to the hands on the heart. I see in me a flickering spark. There is something growing in the dark. All right, now you'll take hands of the same partner again. And we're going to sing the same thing you did before, but you're going to turn and switch places as you're saying it, like that. So, I see in you a flickering flame. I see a truth I now name. Okay. I see a truth I now name. Yeah. Okay. Now you've learned the whole thing. It's gonna be beautiful and perfect, whatever it is. So we're gonna start with In the Dark of the Tomb. And if you can't sing all the words and you can just do the movements, that's fine too. If you forget the words or if you forget the movements, just receive whatever medicine you need to from it. So we start out holding hands. And you can sway a little bit if that feels good. In the dark of the tomb, I wait in pain. Is this darkness the womb? Can I be born again? In the dark of the tomb, I wait in pain. Is this darkness the womb? Can I be born again? In this food and in this drink. In this food and in this drink, in this laughter and weeping, something is waiting to be born. In this body, in these bones, on this land I call home, something is waiting to be born. Again. In this food and in this drink, in this laughter and weeping, something is waiting to be born. In this body, in these bones, on this land I call home, something is waiting to be born. In the dark of the tomb. In the dark of the tomb, yeah, hold hands. I wait in pain. Is this darkness the womb? Can I be born again? In the dark of the tomb, I wait in pain. Is this darkness the womb? Can I be born again? All right, so now we're gonna go back to your partner that you had before, all right? Oh, I forgot though, you start out with your hands over your heart anyway, so you know who your partner is. So now we're gonna say, I see in me a flickering spark. There is something growing in the dark. All right, now join hands.
I see in you a flickering flame. I see a truth I now name. All right, back to hands over your heart and turning. I see in me a flickering spark. There is something growing in the dark. I see in you a flickering flame. I see a truth I now name. All right, now you're going to turn the other way to have a new partner, all right? And then we're going to start with I see in me. I see in me a flickering spark. There is something growing in the dark. And now hold hands. I see in you a flickering flame. I see a truth I now name. Now hold hands over your heart and turn again. I see in me a flickering spark. There is something growing in the dark. Now, freestyle. Go to the other side of the room and find someone else to be your partner. It's going to be chaos. All right, you ready? I see in you a flickering flame. I see a truth I now name. I see in you a flickering flame. I see a truth I now name. Now we go to in the dark. In the dark of the tomb, I wait in pain. Is this darkness the womb? Can I be born again? In the dark of the tomb, I wait in pain. Is this darkness the womb? Can I be born again? One more time. In the dark of the tomb, I wait in pain. Is this darkness the womb? Can I be born again? That was such an exercise in trusting you all and trusting yourselves. And you really flowed with it. I was going to finish the song as soon as you all joined hands in the circle again, and you did. I didn't even have to tell you. It was so beautiful. So now we're going to have time for our dialogue. I do recognize that we're not taking an intermission, and you might have to pee if you're someone that feels like you don't want to get up in the middle of something. So just want to put that out there that bio breaks that's all good. But there's other times you can do it. It's just whenever nature calls is when you can do it. So now we're going to take a moment to just look over those guidelines. I can have you come up, Forrest, and look over our little kind of dialogue guidelines, and then enter into a time to talk about our dialogue question.
All right, so we've got our programs with our guidelines for discussing dialogue prompt. So I'm going to go over those really quickly. You can follow along, and then we'll get to it in our tables, which I think, since we are scattered and diluted to whatever extent we want to, if you want to join forces with another table, you're welcome to, or if you're in the back, join a table so that we can have some good discussion groups. I mean, I think it's we don't need, full tables, consolidated, but, if it's just two of you, maybe join up with somebody else. All right, so talking stone. We're gonna, as we go around sharing with this prompt, you're gonna speak with the talking stone. This pays homage to indigenous cultures in the north and eastern United States who have traditionally used a talking stick to focus attention during dialogues and show respect to the person speaking. We want to allow everyone time to speak. You're invited to take about 2 minutes, which is both longer and shorter than you think, depending on whether you're a talker, to answer the question, whatever way that resonates for you. Take turns speaking without interrupting, and we don't need response. We can flow into discussion after everyone has shared, but we don't need to, when someone shares, you don't need to share something in response to that. You can just say thank you, or I hear you, or, whatever kind of confirmation like that. If you don't want to answer a question, you can pass. That's all right. And we can also circle back to you. Your group can circle back and check in if you want to answer that later at the end. And let's all keep our hearts open. We're responding with respect, reverent curiosity to each other's experiences and perspectives. We're not giving advice here. We're just listening. We're hearing. So our dialogue prompt is about seeds in the dark. Of course, this is our theme. And the prompt is, I think you all have it here, what seeds of intentions, dreams, or new life can you feel beginning to grow in the dark, in your belly, in the soil, or in the soul of our culture? I love that. You feeling it beginning, you can feel it beginning to grow in the dark, right? Things inside of you, and that can be something that's like you're like really working towards. You're like, this is purposeful, right? Or it just is naturally occurring. You might not even be sure why that's coming out. Yeah? So we're going to take our time. 2 minutes each, go around the table, make sure everyone's heard. And then if you're finished, you can flow into a bit of conversation. Yeah? Great. Somebody in your table, you can pick up the stone and go from there.
So we're going to do one more, I don't know what to call it, like interactive musical experience. And this will be my last song of the night, and then Mattijane will be taking us out with her tunes. This is a song that I continue to say I'm still writing. I haven't finished this song. So when I play it, which is really, this is only the second time that I'm going to be playing it like for a group in public. When I play it, I need you all to help me finish writing it. Does that sound like something we can do together? I think we can. I have total trust that we can. This is a song called Mother of Ripe Timing. Ripe as in like fruit that's ripe. Mother of Ripe Timing. It's one of those songs I wrote when I'm like, I need a song about this. So I wrote one. And in the middle, I'm gonna invite you all to participate in a certain way, where you're gonna kind of go back, we're gonna do like a little return to that meditative state and go back into that state of imagining the future, get a little bit more specific, more like intentions and goals specifically. And then we're going to sing about them together. So I forget to mention this sometimes, and I think it is important, but I really try to dig in and bring stuff to the surface. I'm like a musical gardener in that way when I play these shows, and so I also want to offer. I've started training as a coach with a program. With a certified program through the church. It's not like a Christian specific program, but it's through the church that I'm doing it. I have a scholarship, and I'm really excited about it. And so while I'm training as a coach, if there's stuff that comes up that you want to explore more, or just generally stuff in your life that you think coaching could help, coaching is all about the person being coached, just accessing their innate wisdom and potential. And so it's me being along for that journey with you, and helping you tap into the solutions and the wisdom and the beauty and the power that's already in you. And so I offer a sliding scale coaching, which means completely sliding scale. There's no price is too small, whatever works for you. And so if that's something that you'd be interested in, then just let me know. And it would also help me in my process of learning and training. So so this is one of those things where I'm digging in and seeing what you all want to bring to the surface within yourselves.
I drew a map, I made a plan, I accounted for every hour it would take to heal the land, and it's water flowing out of my hands. I don't control a single thing, but damn, I'm so glad to be here with you under this moon doing this dance. Oh, our mother of ripe timing, I trust you to grow this seed in me. I will be a whole wild orchard to give away for free, for free. I will receive everything I need. I feel like this mic keeps falling down.
All right, we're going to sing that together. So now I won't need a mic because you're all going to sing it with me. All right, so you can repeat the line again. Oh, our mother, oh, our mother of ripe timing, of ripe timing, I trust you to grow this seed in me. I trust you to grow this seed in me. I will be a whole wild orchard. I will be a whole wild orchard to give away for free, for free. To give away for free, for free. And I will receive everything I need. And I will receive everything I need. All right, so I'm going to have you go back to that place of your future self. And this time, get more specific with an intention, a goal, and what you want to grow. is your intention? What is the seed you are growing? And what does it feel like to reach this point? How do you know you're there? How do you feel inside yourself? Who are you being? Who are you being? This person that reaches this goal, that fulfills this intention, that grows this seed. It might be around the same quality or energy that you were reflecting on earlier, or it might have changed. I invite you to carry forward the intention, the vision of the goal you want to grow, and also to carry forward who you are being, or how you are being. And now I'm going to need a volunteer, a brave soul. All right, Johannes, thank you. You want to just come up to the other microphone? You don't have to sing into the microphone if you don't want to, don't worry. You can, though.
Hello.
Hi. So, could you share your, in one word, summary of your intention or your goal?
Accountability.
Accountability. Awesome. And is there like anything else about who you want to be around accountability?
Keeping to myself and like understanding my own being. Really.
Keeping to yourself and understanding your own being?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like reaching out and like I've been doing that a lot more lately.
Yeah.
Of reaching out when I actually need it.
Yeah. That's beautiful. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna have to think about this for a second. How do we?
You got it.
So we're gonna sing this together, but there's a key point where I'll pause and we'll put in what Johannes is envisioning. All right? Oh, our mother of ragtime baby, I trust you to grow this accountability in me. I will be keeping to myself and being accountable for free, for free, for free. And I will receive everything I need. Yeah, thank you. Do I have another volunteer? One more? All right. All right, Scotty.
I guess it's been a recent thing of mine to acquire a bus where I can train others to love the earth and experience being in nature.
Oh, so acquire a, I'm sorry.
I've acquired a bus, and I was trained to operate this bus in college, and this is my opportunity for this song
Yeah.
to inspire opportunity. Inspire opportunity.
Yeah. All right. Wow. Okay, there's so much material there that I could sing. You gave me a lot of good words.
We'll talk later.
All right.
Oh, our mother of ragtime me, I trust you to grow this inspiration of opportunity in me. I will be a nature guiding bus driver to give away for free, and I will receive everything I need. Thanks, Scotty. All right. So now you're gonna do it. We're gonna sing it together. You're all gonna shout at those times. Instead of seeds, you're gonna say what your intention or your goal is. And instead of a whole wild orchard, you're gonna say what you're becoming. All right, so think about that for a second. And that's what you're gonna shout out. Are you ready? Oh, our mother of ragtime me, I trust you to grow this in me. I will be. To give away for free, and I will receive everything I need. Say it again. And I will receive everything I need. Thank you, thank you. I want to invite Mattijane back up to share a few more songs before we close this healing endeavor, this experience, this community circle, and may it continue as well as we go along.
Thank you, Sari. I like that song quite a lot. It's great to hear everyone's version of the song, too. So I have a few more songs I'd like to share with you all. I appreciate this opportunity a whole lot. And I feel like I've really connected with some people at our table and our dialoguing, and also from the dancing and the circle and with the partners of such. And I'm really grateful for this opportunity. And I have recently started a thing, because I'm trying to get off of social media a bit more lately. If you are a fan of my music or the words that I'm sharing, I recently started a mailing list. If you are an email user and want to hear some words, I also write astrology frequently, if you're interested in hearing some updates around that. We have a sign up over here, and Carrie will hand it to anyone. Does anyone want to be on a mailing list? It's okay if you don't want to. One person over there, cool. Feel free to hand it to someone else, no pressure at all. I'll email you every now and then. And if it won't be too much. It's really every now and then. But I appreciate everyone here a whole lot. And speaking of astrology, there was a year-long period of 2023, 2024, where I wrote a piece of poetry every single day inspired by the planets and the stars and where they were that day. And this song that I wrote was from the solar eclipse that happened last year, the total solar eclipse that came, just like if you were in this area, it was like nearly full, and just experiencing it, I felt, it was really weird. And I felt like I was like talking about seeds in the dark, you know, literal, like the moon covering the sun, a darkness in the land. So, but this is just the poem I wrote that day and put it to music. It's called Give It Some Time. I need to roll around in the cool grass. The looking glass was not enough to sate a dinner plate half full. I gotta cook and open up this book to pay my tolls. And your face was burned in like the sun. Give it some time, maybe it'll be gone. My space was feeling not as fun. But give it some time, I've been known to learn some. I sat away and turned my back to this. A promised kiss ain't lurid like before. My hands to floor, I'll somersault again. Like I was 10, ain't no in other ways. And I'll hold my grace until it's warm. Give it some time, I just turn the heat on. A space to bite in each boat. Give it some time, maybe it'll heal up. Give it some time, start again when it's up. When it's up. And I'll hold my grace until it's warm. Give it some time. Thank you. And if you've filled out the list, feel free to hand it to someone else.
I didn't want to interrupt you.
And pass it around, and no pressure again if you want. I have, besides a tape that I released really recently, I have some zines out there if you want to read about astrology too. Feel free to donate some money and take a zine if you'd like. This next song I wrote, the only story I like to tell about it is sometimes I write a bass part that is like really difficult for me to play, and I don't want to turn it into a song because then I have to do it in front of people. But I put words to it, and now I play it in front of people. The song that it sang long ago is gone in an ignorant bliss. What you are, what you are, what you are, baby, I might be mean. What you are, what you are, what you are, baby, I might be seen. I'm the most contradictions line the fiction that makes me me. But here's a toast to you and you and you. If you hear my words tonight, then maybe I'll stand a chance. What you are, what you are, what you are, baby, I might be me. What you are, what you are, what you are, baby, I've still got me. What you are, what you are, what you are, baby, please let me be. What you are, what you are, what you are, baby, please, please, oh please. Thank you. I'd say it's probably like a one more song, Sari? Two more? Yeah. Okay. I have one more song. Thank you all so much for hearing my words and my music. Thank you, Don, for doing sound. Thank you, Sari and the cooking team for the cooking. Thanks, everyone, for their words and their presence. And thank you, Adriana, for hanging out, Youth Arts Alliance style. And this next song, I wrote, you can listen to it on Spotify or on the tape that I have out there. It's Mattijane Brooks. If you look up Mattijane, I think I'm the only musician named Mattijane too. So if all you remember is my first name, you might find it. But this song I think is pretty sing-alongable. I'd like to teach you the chorus right now. The chorus goes, and maybe I'm just someone, some body, some mind, or some heart. And maybe I'm just someone. And then that repeats. So the name of the song is called Nine Ball. I hope you enjoy. Hope you sing along. And have a good night. Feel free to say hi afterwards. Well, I'm not in first, but baby, I'm a nine ball. And I'm going fast, it feels like a free fall. And I'm not the worst, but I'm a little wrought. The time has passed, I'm still in thought. It's how it goes. I feel a thirst for a little mundane. I'm looking for the taste of coffee on a Monday. And this kind of hurt don't feel the same. But I'll count my stars and hope that it's a growing pain. And maybe I'm just someone, somebody, some mind, or some heart. And maybe I'm just someone. And maybe I'm just someone, somebody, some mind, or some heart. And maybe I'm just someone for you. I feel a burst coming from inside of me. This dialogue must be anatomy. And you took a turn, found the diagonal. You must have found out I'm just an optional. And maybe I'm just someone, somebody, some mind, or some heart. And maybe I'm just someone. And maybe I'm just someone, some body, some mind, or some heart. But baby, I'll be someone. And maybe I'm just someone. Somebody, some mind, or some heart. And maybe I'm just someone. Yeah, and maybe I'm just someone. And maybe I'm just someone for me. Thank you all. Thank you all so much. Have a nice night.
All right. Coming to a close, have a few announcements. We're going to do a photo op after this. Sari likes to do a photo op with everyone who's left at the end of the evening. There are feedback forms on your tables. We would love to have your feedback on the Healing Feast. Some of these have a QR code on them, some of them don't, but some of them do. If you want to, you can scan that, and it's an online form, Google form. So you can do that, or you can fill it out and leave it on the table.
Leave it on that welcome table where you came in.
Leave it on the welcome table. Additional donations, always appreciated for this incredible work. There's PayPal and Venmo QR codes. There's the merch table. Mattijane and Sari are both giving 10% of their merch proceeds to the Youth Arts Alliance. They have CDs. I think there's cassettes out there. It's pretty wild.
Old school.
Socks, T-shirts, so many good things. So check out the merch table on your way out. Next up for the Healing Feast is March 4th in Ferndale at the Ferndale First United Methodist Church / Congregation Chaya. So
It's Fat Tuesday, and we're going to have a lot of fat. It's going to be really fun. It's,
All right.
It's Mardi Gras, it's Carnival, so...
all right, so go to that one. Get your friends in Ferndale to go to that one. And yeah, turn it over to Sari for our final blessing.
So this applies for everyone who was in this space and everyone that is touched by those who are in this space. We go forth a little bit more connected, a little bit more together in our going and in our parting. May the healing connections be made stronger as we tug and dig and search deeper within ourselves, between each other, with our mother and brothers and sisters of the earth, the creation all around us. And with the Great Spirit all around us. May you be blessed. Amen. Now come up here for a photo. We're going to take a picture.